Pastor T.D. Jakes, a renowned evangelist and leader of the Potter's House, has recently found himself at the center of a shocking scandal that has rocked both his church and the global community. Known for his powerful sermons and expansive ministry, Jakes reportedly faced intense backlash from members of his congregation, leading to his abrupt ousting from the church. This unexpected turn of events has sparked a wave of speculation and questions regarding Jakes' leadership, particularly surrounding the reasons behind the intense pushback. What began as a typical Sunday service quickly escalated into chaos as the congregation, usually lively and enthusiastic, became tense and uneasy. As Pastor Jakes took the pulpit to deliver his sermon, an undercurrent of discontent began to swell, with many members openly expressing their dissatisfaction. Though it was clear that something was amiss, no one could have foreseen the dramatic confrontation that followed. In recent months, tensions within the church leadership had been mounting due to allegations of financial mismanagement and concerns over Jakes' lavish lifestyle. These issues appear to have come to a head, culminating in the dramatic scenes of unrest and upheaval at what was supposed to be a routine service.
Jesus, I need you in my life. I confess my sins.
The chaos erupted when members of the congregation, visibly enraged, rose from their seats and stormed the stage toward Pastor T.D. Jakes. Witnesses described the scene as frantic, with angry supporters pushing past security personnel who tried to stop them, heading straight for the pulpit. Several individuals shouted at Jakes, accusing him of misleading them and exploiting their faith. As more people joined in, the mood quickly turned hostile, culminating in a full-blown confrontation. Startled by the sudden uproar, Pastor Jakes attempted to calm the crowd, but the anger had already reached a boiling point. The disillusioned followers, feeling betrayed, reportedly dragged him out of the Potter's House. Their grievances varied, but common themes emerged: accusations of financial mismanagement, a lack of transparency in church operations, and concerns over Jakes' perceived departure from key religious principles. The situation spiraled further as the commotion intensified, with some worshippers clashing with one another and even resorting to violence. Local authorities had to intervene to restore order and disperse the crowd. The disturbing scenes, which included Jakes being treated like a criminal, were caught on camera and quickly spread across social media, sparking widespread discussion and speculation. Some believed that Jakes had deviated from biblical teachings, while others suspected financial misconduct. The event marked a sharp decline in Jakes' untouchable status, and many began to question his leadership. As a result of this scandal, membership at the Potter's House plummeted. Once a thriving community, the church was now reeling from the hurt and sense of betrayal felt by many of its followers. The episode garnered significant media attention, with heated debates taking place online and in the press. Jakes' supporters claimed that the incident was isolated, driven by a small group of disgruntled individuals, while critics argued that it exposed deeper, systemic issues within the church. The controversy escalated further when allegations of financial impropriety surfaced, with claims that Jakes had embezzled church funds to support his extravagant lifestyle. Reports suggest that millions of dollars were misappropriated for personal use and illicit investments, severely damaging both his church's reputation and his standing within the religious community. According to sources, Jakes allegedly transferred large sums of church money into his personal or controlled business accounts, money originally intended for charitable and religious purposes. He is also accused of setting up multiple bank accounts, both domestically and internationally, to facilitate complex transactions that obscured the origin of the funds. Part of the misappropriated money was reportedly used to finance luxurious properties, expensive vehicles, and lavish vacations, activities that may have served to conceal the money's illicit origins. Further reports claim that Jakes used shell companies to carry out these financial transactions, companies set up solely to disguise the illegal movement of funds. There are even rumors that he funneled money into offshore accounts in jurisdictions with weaker financial regulations, making it harder for authorities to track and recover the embezzled money. These allegations suggest that Jakes created a tangled web of financial transactions to hide the true source of the misappropriated funds, complicating efforts to hold him accountable.
The worst that could happen if everything was true, all I got to do is repent sincerely from my heart.
Despite the turmoil surrounding his life, Pastor T.D. Jakes remained resolute in his belief that he could turn things around and regain the trust of his followers. In a series of heartfelt apologies and public statements, Jakes acknowledged his mistakes and promised to make amends. Many were moved by his sincerity, seeing him as a repentant figure who deserved a second chance. In the aftermath, the Potter's House Church began to recover from the scandal's devastation, gradually rebuilding its community and offering support to Jakes. Feeling deeply remorseful, Jakes committed to living a life of service and humility, hoping to demonstrate that he was worthy of forgiveness. Over time, some of the followers who had once distanced themselves began to return, their faith in him reignited by his steadfast dedication to atonement. The church, which had experienced a major crisis in faith and leadership, slowly found its footing again. After decades of hard work, Jakes had built the Potter's House into a vast empire, but now he was at the center of a controversy that threatened to tarnish his legacy. The fallout from the scandal had ripple effects across the Christian community, prompting broader discussions about accountability, transparency, and the ethical use of power within the church. For Jakes, the experience was both humbling and daunting. It forced him to confront the complex realities of leading a megachurch in the modern era. Surprisingly, one positive outcome from the crisis was the rise of a new generation of church leaders. Inspired by the courage of those who had challenged Jakes, these leaders began advocating for greater openness and a more democratic approach to leadership in the evangelical movement.